Hello there, Leo. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing your February general tarot reading. We'll take a look at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details about any obstacles on your path or areas of resistance, and of course, advice from Spirit. All right, let's get into it. Let's see what you have on the horizon. Okay, miracles. Woo. Wow, it just like popped in the energy. Expect the wondrous to emerge, okay? And then giraffe spirit, see the big picture. Oh my goodness. Okay, so there's almost this sense of, you know, you see the smoke right here? It's kind of like you may have been in the fog for a little bit. Just trying to find your way, right? And, you know, Pluto moved into Aquarius on Saturday. This is the energy where you could have felt like you were in a fog for the last 15 years while Pluto was in Capricorn. And it's this energy where all of a sudden you see the big picture of everything that happened while Pluto was in Capricorn. We've stepped into Aquarius, that Pluto in Aquarius energy on Saturday. And it's this energy of, oh my goodness, like literally like you see all of the dots connect from everything that has happened in your life, especially in the last 15 years. It's almost like, wow, okay, I get it. I see it. I see the big picture of why all of that happened. It's led me or is leading me to something that is really and truly beautiful. You know, it's kind of interesting because I feel as if, I know for myself, on Saturday, it was just this energy of feeling like, oh my gosh, I actually made it through the last 15 years. And because Pluto in Capricorn was just so difficult for almost everybody. And you being a fire sign, it really impacted you because Capricorn is about the rules, the regulations, what our family thinks, you know, we should do, what society says, you know, this energy of being confined. And I feel as if all of a sudden we're feeling lighter, more hopeful. We can tell, even though it hasn't come in yet, we can tell that there are better things on the path for us. And I feel like one of the things that we have to first kind of come into is understanding that everything that has happened on our path has put us into this place where we finally kind of like get the clarity. I feel like the part of the miracle is just the clarity of how all of that has helped you to come to the place where you are right now. Like you see the clarity of what all of this has been for. Yeah, this is just beautiful. I think you're stepping, wow, beautiful. I think you're stepping into an energy of taking what you have learned and allowing yourself to use it for the greater good, which is all the Aquarius energy, right? Aquarians are about the greater good. Capricorn is about work hard, make a lot of money, pile up a bunch of money. I mean, this is like the shadow side, right? And that, you know, we're working either for ourselves or for the emperor, but it's all about working for a small group. Aquarian is seeing the bigger picture. This is the energy of how can I use what I have to help the greater good instead of just making money for myself or making money for the emperor. It's this energy of stepping into, okay, do I still want to have financial security and stability in my life? Yes. But how can I use what I have in order to help the greater good? And that's the energy that you're moving into. You're allowing yourself the confines of that Capricorn energy to move away. If you think about it, the pandemic has changed the way that a lot of people work, right? It helped us to recognize that we don't have to go to the office and work 9 to 5. There were some people that had already kind of like moved into that energy, but most of them were on the creative end, Now it's an energy of understanding, wait a minute, we all have creative energy within us. We all have love and light and spiritual gifts and happiness and joy and special skills and talents. And we can use those in order to help other people, or even working with other people in order to bring a bigger impact on the healing of the planet. Wow, beautiful. This is your year, Leo. 2024, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4 equals 8. It's an 8 year. That's the strength card. That's your card in Tarot. It's understanding that all of what you have gone through has helped you to build that inner strength. It's not about roaring through life, right? And, being the lion and attacking people, right? It's really that little girl. It's understanding that we can temper that energy of wanting to just like go out there and attack. That's a very old mindset. Now it's kind of like, how can I embrace people in my life? How can I make connections to people that maybe are the lion? How can I connect and bring that softer side of myself into the world and share my love and light and help, not just for our own financial benefit, perhaps, right? But to have that sense of fulfillment, that connection of knowing that what we're doing is truly helping other people. Wow. Okay, so here's the thing. Yes, you have the 10 of Wands and the 2 of Cups. Okay, so the 2 of Cups can represent a relationship, perhaps romantic, but it's somebody near and dear, significant in your life, whether it's a business partner or a family member or a romantic partner. But there's something here that you've had to drop the burden of the situation. You're seeing, you see the Page of Wands, you're learning. You've used the magnifying glass to see how this relationship has hindered you from being able to take action on what it is that you want to do. So it's understanding that there's still that energy of a mindset around perhaps obligations to people that are truly important to you, that are close to you in your life, that it's kind of like a learning that I can still love these people, but I may have to love them from a distance because this situation perhaps drains you of your energy, right? They don't allow you to step into who you are, step into the leader that you are. They don't allow you to shine your love and light. And look at what you have, great achievement, right? The vast universe, your spiritual path, creating, understanding that this is my path. I may have to leave behind some people or situations. And I feel like a lot of you have already done that, okay? But this is the energy of allowing yourself to walk away or to transmute, let's put it that way, transmute any guilt or shame that you may have, any of that lingering sense of burden that you have around this situation, because that's been part of the journey in order to allow you to step onto your spiritual path. So here's the Justice card and the victim mentality. This is what you have at this moment. Kind of like understanding that in order to have that better balance in your own life, right? That you may have to see how some contract, some relationship situation in your life is really keeping you in this energy of feeling like you don't have what it takes in order to go towards what your heart is truly desiring, to stepping onto your spiritual path and sharing what it is that you have to help other people. Yes, this is an energy of, you have the 10 of Wands again, of dropping the energy, I feel like, around either obligations that you have to the emperor, okay, or being the emperor for people in your life, the financial support, or needing financial support from somebody, allowing yourself to walk away from a situation where an emperor or somebody in your life, or your own mindset around building a business, okay, and allowing yourself to walk away from that because it's draining you of your energy. I honestly feel like for some of you, you have the Ace of Pentacles, you have the 2 of Wands, and then you have the Fool card. You're going in a different direction. And I don't feel it is going to bring you a lot of happy family, happy home, financial security. Just it is going to be a celebration. It's allowing yourself to disconnect from something. And I think for some of you, it is a fear of what you may even feel is karma. Like, if I allow myself to walk away from this situation, right, and go towards what I am truly aligned to do, my soul purpose, my life purpose, if I allow myself to do that, is it going to, it's almost like this energy of being fearful that it's going to bring bad karma or something like that, because I feel like for some of you, you are literally breaking a legal contract, whether that's like a marriage or a job, where maybe you've signed a contract or something like that, getting out of some type of commitment so that you can go onto this path. And that is about allowing yourself to see clearly, right? The bigger picture. When you allow yourself to see the bigger picture and create this void in your life, then this new opportunity comes in. That's beautiful. That leads you to exactly what it is you are meant to do. For some of you, it could be leaving like a career that you have now in order to pursue a spiritual business or helping people in some way. So let's see what your obstacle is. Yes, the work that you're doing now is draining. Okay, so for some of you, if you have already stepped into like what you think is in alignment, you've started a spiritual business, or you've changed your life in some way in order to really and truly step onto your spiritual path, you could feel like right now it's still kind of like draining you. And the reason is because you have this sense of obligation to something from like that you've been tied to. It's an energy, okay, that you have here. It's not necessarily that this person or situation is in your life or not in your life. It's the energy that you have towards that. It's an old mindset around that. Okay, sorry about that, Leo. My battery was suddenly dying, so I thought, well, I better go change that. And this is the same energy that you have here, where I feel like your energy is being drained. Okay, so when I was changing the battery, they were kind of showing me that maybe you have stepped into creating a new business, or you're thinking about creating a business, or you're putting time and energy into a new business, or going a different way, working on something new, but you still have the old mindset. So it could be that maybe you have the old mindset that it's all about how much money you can make or something like that. So say, for instance, if as for my YouTube channel, right, if I only looked at the analytics, I only looked at the number of subscribers and likes and that type of thing, right, I might get really frustrated. It can be very draining. It can. When you really focus just on the analytics of the YouTube channel, it's kind of like, oh my goodness, like, it's draining, because you're kind of like putting your value based on how many likes or how many subscribers or whatever. It's kind of like you're still putting your value based on some numbers. But if I allow myself to stay in the energy of the why I started my YouTube channel, in order to help people on their path, right? In order to provide some type of service to people like yourself, right? And I perhaps maybe spend more time thinking about the comments, the beautiful comments that people write and everything, understanding that there is an impact that I'm making. That is so much more fulfilling. If I look just at the numbers, my energy goes down, because then it's kind of like dismissing. It's trying to put it in the 3D. This is a 5D work. This is a work that is at a much higher level. But we've been trained to believe, to think, oh my goodness, it's only about how many subscribers I have. Think about it. If you could change the life of one person with whatever it is that you're doing, if you could help one person to heal, if you could bring, really and truly connect with one person, you would impact the world. Because every time we help ourselves heal, every time we help one other person to heal, right, it's a ripple effect that goes throughout the whole collective. So it's understanding that maybe part of this is that you've been trying to make an impact, but you're looking at it from the business standpoint, or how many subscribers you have, or something like that, instead of staying in your heart space, staying in the joy, understanding. Keep going back to your why. As you go through this, just keep going back to your why. Why are you doing this? What is the real reason? If the real reason that I started this YouTube channel was so I could get one of those plaques because you have 100K subscribers, right? Well, then I would create, and I've said this before, I may have said it to you, Leo, right? I would create totally different videos, right? I would just do something totally different. But when we stay in our why, it doesn't really matter. It does to some point of how many subscribers, because in a way it's how we can measure if people are enjoying what we are putting out there. But at the same time, it's kind of like understanding the impact that you are making with your work is so much more important. And that's exactly what you're understanding, that your desire, no, I'm going to say your conditioned belief around the fact that there has to be some criteria that you have to meet in order to say, yes, I'm making an impact. You are making an impact. That is part of it. You are the miracle for a lot of people in your life. You just are not able to recognize it at this time because you're fogged in by thinking, well, if I was really making an impact, I would have a ton of money. Or if I was really making an impact, I'd have 100K subscribers, right? You're looking for that validation in something maybe tangible. This is all heart. This is getting into your heart space and knowing, oh my goodness, I am impacting people. I just have to stay in my why and drop the burden of feeling, right? Like I have to have some type of validation. Now, I also feel like the validation is coming. It's kind of like when you can stay in your why and share your love and light joyfully and authentically with others, then the miracle is also that you are rewarded in the 3D. It's like you have to stay in the why and allow yourself to stay in your authentic energy in order to bring also the 3D in. And that is, yes, you're stuck because you're sabotaging yourself. You're holding yourself back. Why are you holding yourself back? Let's ask. Why are you holding yourself back? You're holding yourself back. And then you have the 3 of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, and then the 4 of Pentacles, holding yourself back. There's something here about working with other people, wanting to do it your way, which I totally agree with. But there's something here about the connection that you can make with other people. So perhaps working with other people, it would be like if I worked with other tarot readers or something like that, right? Something about like allowing yourself, you know what? I'm going to say this is the energy of working with the energy of the connection that you're making with other people based on what it is that you're putting out there. Understanding that you can keep your own identity and yet still be within a group. I feel like you've been in situations where when you were in a group, you were ostracized or nobody listened to your ideas or something like that. And you were just like, oh, it was always, we all have to do it the same way. And so the energy here is I don't really want to work with anybody else because then I can't keep my own identity. I can't be my true authentic self. Or a feeling that if you are your true authentic self, then you won't fit in. Yeah, so, it's kind of like understanding, let's put it back in the YouTube scenario, right? That if I felt like if I'm my true authentic self, that nobody will like me, right? Well, then, then the problem is that you're not being your true authentic self, and then you're holding yourself back and you're not sharing your love and light authentically with others. And that impacts the big picture of your life. So it's not about feeling like you have to be a certain way in order to fit in. It's understanding that, wow, when you are your true authentic self, you will attract in other people that want to be with you, but still allow you to be your own independent self. It's a whole new paradigm, right? So you could have been in a family unit, or you could have been in a work situation where you had to conform to what the group wanted. Okay, so in order to keep your job or to feel like you belong to the family unit, so you had to conform who you were to meet the criteria of the group. That's very much that Pluto and Capricorn energy. Now what you're doing is you're being asked to step into your own authentic self, right? Knowing that when you're your true authentic self and you're putting your love and light out there in your own authentic way, right? That you're helping to heal the planet because you're sharing who you are authentically, and you're going to attract in the people that truly want to work with you or be part of your loving light, right? That don't want to change you, that love you who you are, but you're also understanding that that means you have to love them for who they are. So it's kind of like, wow, just a loving energy of working with people, because look at you have the Ten of Cups, right? Is this energy of understanding that we can work together and yet still be our own individual selves. We bring different skills and talents to the table, but when we all work together, we can really create something bigger. You could have been trying to do something on your own, right? She's working here on her own, but it's draining your energy. It's almost this energy of, oh my goodness, can I get up and do this again another day? Like, it's just draining your energy. And understanding, well, wait a minute. If I allow the energy of love to flow around me and I allow my loving light to go out there authentically, I'm going to attract in other people that want to work with me, that will help me on the journey instead of hindering my progress, because you've allowed yourself to move away from some people that were not cherishing your love and your light, your creative abilities. You may have felt your whole entire life that you had to fit in instead of being the leader that you are being called to be. As this is an 8-year, yes, it's a beautiful energy here, Leo. So the thing I would suggest here, if you're resonating with this, right? First of all, I do have that Pluto video that I put up on Saturday. You may want to go watch that. I'll have it linked up here at the end of this video. And in there, there's a download, a free download, reflection journal activity that really helps you to see how Pluto has impacted your life the last 15 years. And it also helps you to set intentions moving forward for the next 20 years while it's in Aquarius. This is the energy of understanding that you can drop the burden, because I feel like you have this Ten of Wands a lot, dropping the burden of some mindset, of some guilt, because you may have said, oh my goodness, I have to go out on my own, I have to do it myself. But now you're finding you're draining your energy because it's a lot of work. Or if you've started a spiritual business, all of a sudden it's growing and you're like, how can I do this by myself? It's kind of like, okay, it's time to work with others, because the impact that you make when you allow yourself to step back into working with other people, working with the energy of other people, is tremendous. that is the miracle. And it brings in this amazing achievement, success, a sense of fulfillment and purpose, love and joy in your life. Wow. Okay, beautiful. Leo, I do feel I've been getting that energy with your readings, that you're being truly asked to step into your true authentic self and not be fearful that when you do, you'll have to conform them to a new group. That's something that you're perhaps healing, understanding that energy of keeping your independence while still being within a group is possible. You may think that it's only a miracle, but it is possible. Okay, so let's pull a soul truth card for you for some final advice. And Leo, I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. From whom can I release my judgment right now? Yes, this is exactly this energy that you are needing to drop, okay? And once again, I feel like maybe you have pulled yourself away from some people or pulled yourself away from some situations, but it's almost a sense of guilt or shame or feeling like, you know, like that perhaps that you didn't do your best in that situation or something, you know. I mean, it's kind of like, it reminds me of the energy when my father passed away. He was really sick the last 4 months of his life, and I was so fortunate to be able to take care of him those last 4 months of his life. And I mean, of course, he had doctors and nurses and stuff. It wasn't just me, but I was with him 24/7. And one of the things is that when he passed, I had this immense guilt that I still hadn't done enough. There wasn't nothing else that I could have done for him. I tried to make the last 4 months of his life as pleasant and comfortable as I possibly could, right? To see if there was anything to do to have his life go on longer than it did, right? But I had to overcome that energy that was, did I do enough? And I feel like you have a little bit of that energy here. Like, did I do enough? You did. It is time to allow yourself to let that go and allow yourself to move forward and to see how you can work with other people, right? And not feel judged or feel like you have to fit in or belong to some situation, okay? Because this is a new situation because you're being your true authentic self. You're attracting in people that really and truly want to be with you, and you being your own independent self, not changing to meet their needs, but being yourself and sharing your creative abilities, your love, your light, your spiritual gifts with them and with the world. Okay, so let's read this. Judgment closes our heart to truth and separates us from love. It binds us to fear and holds us in shame. On whom are you placing judgment right now? Is it someone in your life? Is it yourself? Leo, I feel like you're holding it on yourself. I really do. Release the shackles, drop the expectations, and be grateful for what is. Yeah, that's a beautiful energy of understanding. It's time. It's a time to allow yourself to say, yes, I did this. You know, the Hawaiian prayer, that would be a good one. This is really about you forgiving yourself. And that does not condone anybody, you know, forgiving other people. Yes, but it's also not about condoning anybody's actions here, right? It's about allowing yourself to be released, to drop the shackles of some energy in the past and allowing yourself to step onto a new path, to be who you truly are, to fit in perhaps to a new group, to help raise the vibration of the world. Wow. Thank you so much, Leo, for shining your light so brightly. I really thank you so much for sharing your healing energy with others. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I wish you so much love and light. Please check out the Pluto video and that free reflection journal. I really do appreciate you. Much love and light. Hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.